Most people are a different person than they were before coronavirus. I know I can say I've definitely changed a lot. What do you think? Have you changed much? Welcome back to my channel, guys. It's Maverick here. Today we're talking about 7 ways that us as humankind have changed forever and ever and ever. Actually, I don't know about that, because the one thing that stays the same is that everything changes. But today we're talking about ways that humans are different than they were before this virus. So without further ado, let's get right into number 1. Number 1 is that masks have become a staple in today's wardrobe. If you look back a year and 3 months ago and you saw somebody wearing a mask out in public, you'd probably assume that they themselves were sick or that they were extra paranoid about their safety and their health, right? But now it's weird not to see somebody wearing a mask. You don't even question it anymore, and I can predict that this is gonna be something that people do for a long time into the future. We see this over in Asia, where people are wearing masks. They were wearing masks before this virus was even a thing, just because of the pollution over there and whatnot. And I assume that this will actually carry over into our Western civilization, such as here in America. You know, I saw some theories that by wearing these masks every day, it might have this adaptive impact of pulling your ears forward or making your chin recess back into your face. I don't know about all that, but I think we'll definitely see people wearing masks for a long time into the future. Number 2 is that people will be saving a lot more money. With so many businesses closing down and so many people losing their jobs, the financial future is quite unclear. And even the US Consumer Confidence Index has dropped 30% since just February. That means people are 30% less likely to spend their money, and not spending money equals saving money. When you don't know if you're gonna have a job or if your business is gonna be forced to close, you probably are gonna wanna save your money in case that happens, or do something with your money, like invest it into something that's a little more safe. So the last thing you want if you're unsure about your financial future is to be in debt. So when I had the idea to make this video, one brand popped in my mind, so shout out to Upstart for agreeing to sponsor today's video. Upstart is the fast and easy way to pay off your personal debt, all online. Whether it's paying off credit cards, paying off high interest debt, or funding personal expenses, over 500,000 people have used Upstart to get a simple fixed monthly payment. Upstart finds smarter rates with trusted partners because they assess more than just your credit score. You can get approved the same day and receive your funds as soon as 1 business day. I recently bought a car, but it was such a horrible experience because I couldn't get a loan because my credit was screwed from missing a couple payments a couple of years ago. And I wish I had something like Upstart, because I would have gotten approved and gotten a loan the next day. It would have been so much easier, but I had to spend a lot more out of pocket on a down payment to make up for it. So if debt is taking over your life, then this is a great opportunity to get a fresh start. Find out how Upstart can lower your monthly payment by going to upstart.com/Brett. That's upstart.com/Brett. And click the link in the description. I'll put it down there, and let them know that I sent you. You're welcome. Okay, the next change that we will see in people is that they will be underdeveloped in social skills. And this is especially particular for Generation Z and the generation after that, because they're getting raised in an age where most of their social outlets are online. They're taking classes on Zoom calls instead of in person. And us as humans, we become a product of our environment. So if you don't have any practice going out and being social, saying hi to the cashier, talking and raising your hand in class and speaking in front of a class, you're gonna be extremely frightened when it's actually time to do that once this pandemic is over. We are conditioned by reinforcement from our environment. So if you don't have that reinforcement, it's impossible to grow that skill of social dynamics. It's one thing to just watch a YouTube video about how to be social and how to talk to people in public, but it's a totally different and more valuable thing to actually go out there and do it. And a lot of young people are being starved of that opportunity, and it's gonna come back to bite them. Next on the list is that common courtesies will be gone. I'm talking things like giving a casual hug, kiss, shaking hands. It's all gonna be gone. This virus is forcing people to rethink these social norms. And historically speaking, behaviors become taboo when they are interfered with by some other variable like a virus. Even the US director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases Dr. Fauci supports never shaking hands again. So that's something that I could see us not doing for a long time. Let me know what you think. Let me know right now. Do you think we should go back to shaking hands and giving hugs? Next, number 5 is that people as a whole will start to prioritize mental health. There's been this stigma behind mental health and people not taking it seriously, especially in men. But now there's been a huge influx in mental health issues because of people being isolated and not having these social outlets, and this mass depression from people losing their jobs and this economic downfall, right? So a lot more people are experiencing anxieties, depressions, and all these other mental health obstacles. So people are starting to empathize with each other, take it more seriously. You see a lot more resources and hotlines and websites you can go to get help for it. And I think that's a great thing. And I think that's one positive thing that has kind of come out of this virus. Whereas before it was kind of just pushed to the back burner. Number 6 is that people became more obese. Unfortunately. For men, the obesity rate increased 11%, and for women, it increased 9% during this pandemic. That's crazy and unprecedented on every level. This kind of goes back to the mental health thing. That could be a variable, but also just being isolated, people not wanting to go out and get groceries, just postmating and ordering in, eating a bunch of fast food and not going to the gym and exercising. It's horrible for the obesity rate in here in America and probably throughout the rest of the world. And also studies show that less than 5% of people have ideal cardiovascular health, which is really bad. So this is something that's definitely gonna take some time and a lot of effort to get that number back down. So that's kind of a negative change. We'll end this list with something a little more positive. So number 7, and the last one, is that people are gonna be a lot more skillful. How many people tried something new or tried to pick up a new hobby, maybe an instrument or a language or cooking? I actually got into running, so that's helped me a lot, but as a whole, so many people are trying so many new things that this next wave is gonna be a lot more skillful and versed in different areas, and I think that's a beautiful thing. So I think it's gonna be kind of another golden age after this pandemic is over and opens back up. There's gonna be an explosion of art and talent, and I think it's gonna be an incredible thing to see. So I wanna hear from you guys. What did you try during this pandemic? Did you try painting? Did you try CrossFit? Let me know down below, I wanna hear, and I'll give you a heart on your comment of what you tried that you had never tried before. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and until next time, peace.